interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With
John
ready in his chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the thinksojoe show!
I'll tell you where John is. John had car trouble. John is not making it, which works for me because that means I can do an hour and get out of here and watch the Sabres game. Let's go, Buffalo! Oh, Steph's here too. Hi, Steph. Yeah, we're game one tonight. Game one. I have made the executive decision. I will not watch any more Sabres games outside. However, the game that I was outdoors for, that the Sabres lost against the Bruins. Hey, Mark. The game that I was outdoors for, game 2 against the Bruins, where the Sabres lost, I've been trying to take the blame for it, but other people have told me, dude, it's not your fault. It's Josh Allen's fault. And to be fair, Josh Allen was there. Josh Allen banged the drum at the game. So I, as much as I would like to take the blame for the game 2 loss, I mean, a lot of other people are telling me it's Josh Allen. It's not just me saying it. It's a lot of people are saying it's Josh Allen's fault we lost game 2. Oh, look, even Steph says 100% Josh Allen's fault. Okay, good. Good. I got Bill's Mafia in the house telling me that it's Josh Allen's fault and not mine. But I will say, and Steph, I told you this because I was texting you throughout that game. I will say this, the Sabres have never won a game that I have watched outdoors. Like back in like the 2000s playoff runs, like 2005, 2006, like if I went to a party in the plaza or like they showed one of the games at, what is it now? Salin Field. It was probably, I think it was Duntire Park back then. But like anytime I would watch outdoors, every single one of those games, the Sabres would lose. If I was home, no problem. And John took the blame for Game 5 back here in Buffalo because he said he walked into a Dave & Buster's doing a DoorDash order, didn't realize the game was still on, looked up at the TV. You blame yourself for the Winter Classic? You know what? I think the Winter Classic was staged. In all honesty, I think the Winter Classic was staged. Because if you think about it, like the two biggest names in the NHL, arguably, obviously Alex Ovechkin fits in here too, but arguably, like two of the biggest names in the NHL at the time were Ryan Miller and Sidney Crosby. What happened in that game? How did the Sabres lose that game? Oh, look, Sidney Crosby scored the game winner in a shootout. Yeah, I think it was fixed, honestly. I think that one was just like, oh, we need to like boost ratings. How do we do that? Here we go. I don't blame the NHL for that if that is the case. You got to give the people what they want, I guess. So if you put like the best goalie up against, and I hate that I'm saying this, arguably one of the best goal scorers and probably one of the most well-known players of that time period, I think, I think it was staged. I think NBC was in on it. But anyway, John walked into a Dave & Buster's, looked up at the screen, and Pasternak scored the Game 5 game-winning overtime goal. Now, he blames himself for that. I blame him for that because I was sitting here watching the game, much like I'm going to do tonight. So I won't, for the benefit of the team, no more parties in the plaza, no more Sabres block parties for me. I'm going to be home as much as I can to watch the games. And if I'm not home, I'm going to be indoors with it on my phone or wherever I'm watching it. So 100%, like, as much as, you know, I have even Bill's Mafia here telling me that it wasn't my fault and that it was Josh Allen's fault. I don't want to take that chance. Let's beat the Canadians. Let's do it tonight. Let's start tonight. Let's get them. Let's go. I'm not going to start talking about, like, how many games or anything. The QR code is for a picture of Josh. No, actually, the QR code, I forgot I even put this here. The QR code goes to the merch store. And the merch store has been revamped. And if you hit this QR code or just go to merch.thinksojoe.com, that will take you to the brand new merch store, where from now until the end of next week's episode, all paintings, every single one of them, is 20% off. And all the paintings regularly have free shipping. That's going to be a problem with having these mics back, is accidentally bumping the mic arm. I'm there are pictures of John on there, so I mean, it's not like you're wrong. There are definitely pictures of John on some of the merch. But yeah, I got these mics set back up because last week I'm just like, this fucking audio is shit. And then I realized it was because I cranked up the volume on my consoles on my other mixer. So it was sending, like, so there was like a hiss coming out of my speakers, and I think that was part of it. Who on Mars is ordering my stuff, Laura? Your question makes no sense. But yeah, I 100% take the blame for game 2, or share it with Josh Allen. John takes the blame for game 5. My whole not touching a razor thing. My whole not touching a razor thing. First of all, I think I accidentally touched a razor. Like, physically touched a razor, because I dropped one and I was trying to pick it up without touching it, but I think my finger, like, hit it. So, partly me on game 5, maybe? I don't know. But given that those were the games we lost, were the one where I was outside and the one where I accidentally touched a razor and John accidentally watched the game, I think we're good. I think we avoid those mistakes now. And, like, I was fully planning for John to be here today. And I was fully planning to be doing the second half of the show like this, so that John couldn't see my phone and I could watch the game. But since John's not coming, fuck it. I'm ending early. I'm watching the game. But yeah, hopefully, because first of all, I cannot let Montreal Canadiens fans win. Cannot. All right? My cousin is a Montreal Canadiens fan. His dad is a Montreal Canadiens fan. Aliens can come here and get one then. It's free shipping domestically in the United States. Is that better? Is that better, Laura? Do you feel better now that I've clarified that it's free shipping domestically in the United States? I don't even think I have international shipping set up on that. Mostly because I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to, like, I don't know what that's going to cost, especially if I'm offering free shipping. Like, what's it going to cost me to ship a painting over to, like, England or somewhere? And then, like, what profit do I get off of it? Like, no, especially with a 20% off sale. I actually had somebody randomly pop back into my inbox the other day, and they said, hey, I want to buy some of your pieces. I said, okay, cool. You can go on the website. But you're much better knowing that. Okay. You could go on the Sidney Crosby gross. I heard he's still playing. He is still playing. But history has proven that Alexander Ovechkin was the best one from that draft class. So no interplanetary shipping. No interplanetary shipping. I don't even think I'm doing international shipping just because I don't know what the cost is going to be. Like, whatever. But yeah, that's where we're at is, yeah, Crosby still plays. Crosby is, he got eliminated. Philadelphia is playing Carolina right now. I don't even know what the series is at in that. I haven't really been paying attention. I've just been waiting for this one to start. Last I looked, it was 2-0 Carolina in that series, which I don't hate it. But I'm also like, no, I want like, like I kind of want Philly to win because I think Philly would be the easier team to beat. He has to be at least 50 years old. I was 18 at the Winter Classic. I'm 36 now. Crosby was born in 87, so Crosby is 30. He was born 8/7/87, so he is 38. No, 30. Yeah, 38. He'll be 39 this year and 40 next year. So he's 38. It is currently 2-0 Carolina in that series. Much to my chagrin, like as much as I don't want the Flyers to win because that's my mom's team. I sincerely think Philadelphia would be the easier team to beat. If we, in all honesty, and also that's what I thought with the Montreal and Tampa Bay series was like the Tampa series. If we were playing Tampa, yeah, Crosby's he was born 8/7/87. That's why his number is 87. That's why I know what his birthday is. That's the only reason. I thought Tampa would have been a better series, like more competitive, more physical, more like drama, especially given those last two games we played against them at the end of the season. But Montreal, I'm like, yeah, Montreal might be a little bit easier. But then again, we've split the season series with them. And I got Canadiens fans because they're like, oh, we're going to invade your arena. Like, okay, go ahead. You saw what happened when we played in front of Boston's fans. They're like, yeah, but we played in front of, but ask the Tampa fans. Like, you guys won all 4 of your games by a single goal. We dominated Boston in Boston. Also, fuck Charlie McAvoy. We'll see what that ends up. His hearing is scheduled for next Monday. Fuck Charlie McAvoy. I understand Benson shouldn't have slew-footed him. Like, probably not, it wasn't even necessary for him to do that. Like, the game was done. So Benny didn't need to do that, but, like, for McAvoy to just, like, come and baseball swing his stick at Benson, like, come on, dude. Like, I cannot wait to see how many games he gets suspended for. Not that it matters, because he's done in the playoffs. And then one of those dudes, I forget who, one of them played on what do you call it? I'm telling you, Brandon, you guys are going to get food poisoning if I throw a barbecue. Because I don't know how to cook. Who was it? One of these guys played on like a completely torn off the bone fucking like Achilles tendon or something. It's not going to be the whole season unless he's got a history, and I don't really know his history. I don't really pay that much attention. Business John. Business John's back. Anyway. No, I did not fire John. John had car trouble. John couldn't make it here safely, and I gave John the day off. It's more of a symbolic thing. But see, this is the thing. If I give you guys the barbecue, you're just going to find something else to go on about, or you're just going to keep going on about the barbecue. Like, Joe, you got to give us another barbecue now. Like, I know you guys. I'm like in POTUS. I know how this goes. It was, who was it? I don't even say who. Oh, there it is. Zadorov. Nikita Zadorov played with his MCL fully torn off the bone during the series with the Sabres. Who drove me nuts? Geeky. Yeah, I just remember like you were just texting me. Like, I'm so tired of hearing the name Geeky. Starting my own podcast, Think So John Radio version plus 2.0 plus. Go ahead. Anyway. All right. Speaking of Sabres games, Game 5 at the KeyBank Center, there was a very viral moment I guess would be the way to put it, where our anthem singer, Cami Clune, her microphone went out during the singing of "O Canada," and a lot has been made of like the Sabres doing "O Canada" and the Star Spangled Banner at every single game. But like, you see why when the microphone cuts out and the entire audience knows the words to "O Canada" despite not living in Canada and is singing along and filling in where Cami Clune could not because her microphone was not working. She got a new one by the time she did the Star Spangled Banner. She has a show coming up this tomorrow night, actually, at Rationale's. That's at 5449 Main Street in Williamsville. Cami Clune performs live in the tap room at Rationale's, as seen on NBC's The Voice. That's their selling point, is seen on NBC's The Voice, a Buffalo venue for the Sabres anthem singer are promoting. Oh, she was on The Voice. Anyway, that's tomorrow night at 7:30. Fresh food, local liquids, Rationale live music series is proudly sponsored by Eric Houlihan State Farm Agency and is presented in partnership with EWM Promotions, and this is a free event. This is Cami Clune, and this song is called Your Favorite Song on All WNY, Think So Joe Show.
And the way you always lifted the weight. I don't want you, but I don't want you with her. And of course you choose the one that makes me insecure. Somebody else couldn't know.
Cami Clune on all WNY Think So Joe show. That song called Your Favorite Song. You can catch her at Rationales tomorrow night. That is at 5449 Main Street here in Williamsville, New York. And that is at 7:30 p.m. and that is free. Or you can tune into TNT in about 40 minutes and see her probably being the one singing the national anthem tonight at the Sabres game. Game 1 against Montreal. I wonder who's banging the drum tonight. I thought it was so cool that they had the Blade Gang at Game 5. Like, the idea started popping up like right after they went to the Game 3 in Boston, and in like they're skating through the Bruins they're skating through like the Bruins shop. I don't. There's another word that's supposed to be in there, and I can't think of what. A team shop. They're skating through the Bruins team shop and just causing all kinds of havoc in Boston. So there ended up being like this. What do you call it? The change.org petition. Like, hey, we should have the Blade Gang do the like bang the drum at the Sabres game. Like, yeah, okay, cool. That would be awesome. And I signed that petition. And then I saw people like, oh, it really should be Brad May. Because that game was May 1st. It was against the Bruins. And it's like, oh, shit, yeah, Brad May would be fantastic for that. Because, you know, in the legendary call of Mayday, 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 like, you know, iconic around here. But, yeah, you know, so I wonder who's banging the drum tonight. Hopefully they learned their lesson and it's not Josh Allen again. Except I'm home this time. So if they let Josh Allen do it again, and I am home, you know it was my fault because I was outside watching the game. So that's, yeah. But yeah, Cami Clune playing tomorrow night, Rationales. And also probably, I'm assuming, is performing the national anthem again tonight. Hopefully her mic works. But if it doesn't, she knows, as Steph said, the city of good neighbors, we got her. We got her. People are worried that there's going to be like, they're going to bring in a lot of like Montreal Canadiens fans because Canadiens fans travel to Buffalo for games. It's not that far. And the games are much cheaper than going to the games in Montreal, which is also why the Toronto games are always packed, is because it's, you know, Toronto fans are always here. Also, like, to anybody that may not have heard the other hundreds of explanations about this over the past 2 weeks, one of the main reasons that the Sabres do both anthems, no matter who they're playing against, is half of our fan base is from Canada. You think we'll see a mix of the fans? I think so too. I think, like I grew up with Montreal Canadiens fans. My cousin, my uncle, they're both Habs fans. My mom's a Flyers fan. My cool uncle, he's a Sabres fan. Uncle Joe, if you're watching, let's go Buffalo. My cousin, for some reason, is a Dallas Stars fan. I don't understand that one, but I ain't got to worry about them no more. But yeah, I grew up with Canadiens fans. Like, that's family. So it's always fun to see the Sabres play the Canadiens, as much as I would have loved to have seen them play Tampa Bay, because I think Tampa would have been a better rivalry matchup these days than Montreal would be. But if this series gets kind of physical and rough and goes deep, we could reignite this rivalry with Montreal too. I was thinking about it the other day because it's been since 93 since a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup, right? Are we cursed by that too? Because a lot of people consider the Sabres to be a Canadian team, even though we are, and Buffalo to be a Canadian city, even though we are located in the United States and need documents to go over to Canada. Are we cursed by that? I don't know. I'm just glad whatever curse kept us out of the playoffs for 15 years finally got lifted. You know what it was? here's the thing. I always, when Terry Pagula took over the team, we had, what am I, John? The shirt says Ask John. It doesn't say Ask Joe, Laura. Anyway. And I'm also in the middle of saying something. So, but when Pagula took over the team, we had Darcy Regier, we had Lindy Ruff. And Lindy is an amazing coach. I think anybody who's ever seen him coach a hockey team can vouch for that. Whether it be Dallas, whether it be New Jersey, whether it be here, like, Lindy's an amazing coach. So why'd we get rid of him and not Terry Pagula at first? And not Terry Pagula, Darcy Regier at first? Because, like, that was a dumbass decision, I thought. And then when they finally fired Darcy Regier, it's like, okay, great, but now we can't find a fucking coach because those things all suck. I said, here's the thing, Scott's calling his lawyer. I think Scott would agree with me 100% on what I was just saying. Go ahead, actually message him and tell him to come watch the show, and we'll discuss whether I'm right or not about Terry Pagula getting rid of the wrong guy back then. And I think he realized that because now that we got Lindy Ruff back, oh, look what happened. We're in the playoffs. And I know, like, also, Kekalainen being the new GM, like, I didn't think the previous GM was doing terrible. We were actually in the middle of a win streak when we fired him. But Jarmo is going to spend the money, I think, to bring in players. I think Carrick might be playing tonight. That'd be awesome. So, yeah, Laura wanted me to name 8 Simpsons characters. So let's not name the main family. How about we do that? Let's say Disco Stew, Rainier Wolfcastle. Let's go Kirk Van Houten. I have his tape on the shelf back there. Let me see. There's we'll say Apu, even though he's not there anymore. We miss Apu. Mo, of course. Lenny and Carl. I need, 2 more? So how about Cletus and Brandine? Anyway. And Mary Spuckler, their daughter, that dated Bart. Anyway. Also, Frankiak updated. So now I can do quotes from every single episode ever. I love it. It's the best. Like, I've been waiting for that. Like, now I can do the season 19 episodes that I love because they stopped at season 17 before. Scott is doing well. I talked to Scott just the other day. He was trying to sell me on the WrestleFest arcade machine that's now available. And I told him, like, dude, 1, I don't have the room for that. 2, I don't have the budget for that. 3, it's missing the Legion of Doom, who are the bosses in that game. It's also missing Randy Savage and Andre the Giant from Superstars, so I don't want that. Like, I don't want it. I'll just play it on the emulators. It takes up no room. It costs me no money, and I'm playing the actual game. So Scott's like, oh, I understand that. Cool, But yeah, no, we chat every now and then. It's not every day. It's just, we'll hit each other up if something reminds us of each other. That kind of friendship. Coming up, where are we at tomorrow? Tomorrow at 49 Illinois Street. That's at Ironworks. Is this where I'm going? Yeah, this is where I'm going. Okay, this is where I wanted to be. is talking about this show. Legion of Boom going to be remixing Makeover into techno songs. I love how Laura just changes the answer to she changes the specificity of her question when I give an answer. Anyway. Coming up tomorrow, it's the Azures at Buffalo Ironworks. That's tomorrow at 8 p.m. The Azures perform live at Buffalo Ironworks on Thursday, May 7th with special guests Little Liar. The Azures are a psychedelic rock band heavily inspired by the Beat Poet generation and psychedelic era. They're a hard-hitting, obscure notion of rock and roll, delving into acid rock, heavy grunge, Delta blues, prog rock, gritty punk, and new metal showcasing their diverse. There should be a comma there. Showcasing their diverse range of musical prowess. That's tomorrow night at Ironworks, 49 Illinois Street. Tickets are $15 advance, $20 day of the show. Doors are at 7, shows at 8. It is 18 plus. And this is Little Liar. By the way, buy some merch. 20% off all paintings in the store right now at merch.thinksojoe.com. This is Little Liar. The song's called Hold Me Under on All WNY Think So Joe Show.
Selfishness, I put the bottle down. Still no one comes around. I need to pick me up. I let my spirit bleed. I'm not who I used to be. Vicodin to get me loose. Liquor puts me in the mood, I'm sinking deep. I wanna feel something. Every time I break through the surface, the current pulls me down. Caught in a maelstrom prison, there's only one way out. God, won't you hold me under? Want you to watch me drown. Behind the cigarette, burning through these old regrets. White walls have all turned brown. Fuck everybody in this town. I'll never blaze. Feel everything. Can't seem to find my purpose. I'm sensing coming down. For all the pain I've given, I'm never running out. God, won't you hold me under? I want you to watch me drown. God. Every time I break through the surface, the current pulls me down. Caught in a maelstrom prison, there's only one way out. God, won't you hold me under? Want you to watch me drown.
That was Little Liar on All WNY Think So Joe Show. That song was called Hold Me Under. You can catch them tomorrow night at Ironworks. The show starts at 8 p.m. It's the Azures with Little Liar. Again, $15 advance, $20 day of the show. Doors at 7, show at 8. It is 18 plus to get in. And yeah, that's all the information. 49 Illinois Street here in Buffalo. Ironworks, fantastic venue if you haven't been there. Great place to see a show. I haven't had the luxury of playing there yet. I don't know if it's any good. I couldn't tell you. Nor have I played the place where Cami Clune's playing. What was that place called? Rationales. I haven't played there. I know we promoted an Aclo show there a couple of weeks ago because John and I were kind of looking at the map here, and it's like, oh, okay, Rationales, and then right around the corner is Ashley's Lingerie and Swimwear, and then right around the corner from that is the Calvary Episcopal Church. So, yeah, go to church, go buy some lingerie, and then go to the Cami Clune show tomorrow. It's the same thing I said for Aclo's show. And I'm pretty sure nobody actually showed up wearing lingerie to his show, and I don't think anybody's going to do that for Cami Clune's show. Please don't do that for Cami Clune's show. This is the first time we've ever played one of her songs. I don't want her to like watch this back and be like, oh, what are these guys doing? Why are there people in lingerie at my show? Unless she's into it, then hey, whatever. But yeah, whatever. So Laura listed all the Simpson family members. And so she said there was 9. She said, I got it wrong because I didn't list the actual Simpsons family of Homer, Marge, Lisa, Bart, and Maggie, and Grandpa, and Mona, and Marge's mom and dad, and Patty and Selma. Well, I guess they're not Simpsons, nor is Marge's parents. And half-brother Herb, who is not, well, his last name is Powell, but he is technically a Simpson, hence why he goes broke at the end of the episode. Whatever. Anyway. I really should catch up on Simpsons episodes. I'm like 3 seasons behind now. Ever since it's like Julie Kavner's voice started to go, and then they changed the voice actors, rightfully so. For all the non-white characters in the show, they changed the voice actors for like Dr. Hibbert and Carl, and and rightfully so. I understand the reasoning and I agree with it. 100%, so it's just weird, like tuning in. I saw an episode that was entirely focused on Carl, and it's like, what's with these voices, man? That's not what Carl sounds like. Like, what the hell? Like, I get the reasoning. I understand, like, we want to have black actors play black characters, but I feel like a show that had been on the air for 30 plus years at that point could be grandfathered in, but kudos to them for, saying, hey, we're going to do this. We want to diversify our cast, and we want to make sure that the actors portraying these characters are representative of, the characters. And I get that. I 100% agree. Would it have happened if they didn't have to cancel Apu? I don't know. But yeah, I haven't watched an episode in like 3 years, like a new episode. But yeah, I've caught like bits and pieces here and there, just like clicking on the Disney, because Disney's got the live stream that just shows all the episodes like on a loop. Also, I just got a notification on my phone, and those of you that have been following the show, I'm on keto right now. No, I'm not touching a razor, man. Not till the Sabres are done in the playoffs. Ain't touching a damn razor. I accidentally touched a razor before Game 5, and look what happened. Anyway, so I'm on keto right now. If you guys didn't know, I've been, I've mentioned it a few times, I think. And I just got a notification from DoorDash. Order cheesecake. You deserve it. And I would love some cheesecake right now. I'm not going to lie. So I was actually planning my first cheat day on the diet, because I started it like right before WrestleMania. And so John's like, "Oh, we got to order food." What the fuck am I going to order? Like, doing the same thing. Chat doesn't refresh on Chrome. That sounds like a Facebook issue. I have no idea. I don't control any of that. I put the broadcast out there, and then the platforms control how you see the chat. Rosie cooking steak, mushrooms, green beans, and macaroni for dinner. Does that make you hungry? Look, I'm going to tell you what I told my friend before I came on the air. Is like, I was sitting here before the show, and I set up 2 microphones because we were gonna go back to these microphones, because those of you that watch every week, you can tell me right now it sounds way better than last week, right? So we were gonna use these microphones. So I got them all set up, and I got all this other stuff set up for the podcast, and I'm like, I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? Steph says, I just work here. Yeah, I just work here. Joe is a dinosaur, yeah. Anyway, thanks, Steph. Anyway, I said, it's definitely a podcast day. I know I'm forgetting something. What the hell is it? I got the mics hooked up. They sound good. Stream Deck pedal is programmed to mute and unmute both at the same time. The music's programmed. What the hell else do I need to do? And then my stomach grumbled, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't eat. No difference? Okay. I mean, in my head, you're not wearing headphones, though. I'd imagine you're just watching on like TV or your computer or something through speakers. With the headphones on, I absolutely hear the difference. Like, I even did voiceover on this mic last night. I'm just like, hey, this actually sounds pretty good. I'm gonna do whatever. Like, when I first plugged it in, it's like, oh no, the noise gate's way too high on this. Like, it's just cutting off everything. So I went and I was gonna hit it to default, and I put it to neutral, and it sounded like shit. But I got it's set on Podcast Studio now. So it's set to Podcast Studio, so it's gonna sound good every week. Even like John's mic is actually on right now too. So my mom hears the difference. If my mom was watching, my mom would hear the difference, and then she would immediately tune out the first time she hears me say the word fuck. My uncle, on the other hand, is like, oh, fuck that shit, keep saying it. So, my mom being the Flyers fan, my uncle being the Sabres fan, so. Nope, I'm not. I've listened to you in my truck, though, and that's on Harman Kardon speakers. Don't know, still don't hear a difference. Okay, I don't know. I mean, so some weeks, like, we got the Rode PodMic NTG here. That's what we've been doing the show on lately. That's this guy right here. Some weeks it's okay. I'll tell you what, it's fine when the air conditioner or the heater's not going. When the heater's on, I can hear it. When the air conditioner's on, I can hear it. And last week there was like a hiss coming out of the speakers because I turned up the volume on my video game consoles on my other mixer. And that was just sending a hiss through the speakers that I didn't realize until after. But I could hear it in the microphone, in my headphones, through the whole show. And I'm just like, no, that's got to go. I got to get that to stop. And that's why we decided we were going to go back to the Rode Pod mics because, the experiment of not having a microphone in the shot was great. But yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's entirely possible that like maybe I have a filter on or something that's like fixing the audio before it goes out to you. Entirely possible. But in my headphones, I could hear that shit and it was driving me nuts. And I was like, I have to stop it. How much money would it take for you to shave the beard but keep the mustache? A mustache and braids would be an excellent look. One, Laura, I can't grow hair. I don't have braids anymore. Stop living in the past. 2, I'm not shaving my beard. That's the whole reason I haven't shaved at all is because I already had a beard, so I couldn't grow a playoff beard. So now I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just not touching a razor. Anyway, I don't need to deal with it. I got good mics. I'll just use the good mics. Anyway, and I can use these for voiceover. I don't even have to like switch out after the show. I could just like, oh, it's Wednesday. I'll just set up the mics and I'll just, do voiceover on the mics. Anyway, coming up on Friday night, as if anybody's going to go to this, because that's game 2 of the Sabres series with Montreal. But I do love me some DredNeks. Iron Fist with special guests Kill Uncle, DredNeks. That's it. There should be an and in there. May 8th at the Lounge at Revolution Gallery. That's 1419 Hurdle Avenue. I played that place with Yellow Sauce. It's a nice little place. And the DredNeks are playing there, so hopefully it's still in one piece by the time that's done. So bringing you an epic evening of high-energy performances at the lounge at Revolution Gallery. DredNeks, a bizarre high-energy cannonball of red-hot rock and roll infusing punk, heavy metal, and folk. Kill Queen, Queen City Queercore on Irish Voodoo Records, who sent me a record at one point, and I'm like, who the fuck sent this to me? Yes, Laura, because pictures don't age. People do. And Iron Fist, a tribute to Motorhead, bringing the sound and style once performed by the late, great Lemmy Kilmister and Motorhead. It's $10 at the door. It's 21 plus. Doors are at 7 p.m. Partial proceeds and donations to Iron Fist will be available to help get the band overseas and tour. So, I mean, you're playing against the Sabres game, guys. I'm sorry. I don't think I don't know how much you're actually going to get people to come to this at a venue with no TV. Anyway, so this is the DredNeks. As soon as I push the button, because I didn't push the button. Okay, this is the DredNeks, and this song is called Human Paradise on All WNY, thinksojoe Show. DredNeks on all WNY Think So Joe show. Everybody that hears them, that's like, oh, that's my new favorite band now. They're working on new shit too. So you might hear some of that Friday night at Revolution Gallery if you want to sacrifice watching the Sabres game to go to a Motorhead tribute show. Nothing wrong with Motorhead. Love Motorhead. Amazing. Like, Laura's going to demand every church plays that song. I demand every church play their song Chain Sodomy. It was a long song. Here's the thing. I picked like all like 4-minute songs for this show because like, oh, it's me and John. Well, you know, I gotta watch the Sabres game too anyway. So we'll just kill some time. And then I just never changed the songs when I found out it was just gonna be an hour. So I'm just like, all right, fuck it. Which means like we are literally like 2 minutes from getting out of here. I used to time this show like so perfectly too. Like I would have a timer set up where it's like, as soon as this timer hits 0, I have to hit play on the last song. And then we end right at, you know, whatever time, 8 o'clock back then. But like we end right at 8 o'clock and that's it. The show's over. You know, we're perfectly at 2 hours. I don't do that anymore. I haven't done that in a while. I don't think it's, you know, we're not limited to we don't have broadcast restrictions as far as times. For me today, it is, I'm watching the Sabres game at 7 o'clock. You guys can fend for yourself. Wait, what was up with the weird time music play? What? We're doing an hour today, Maximo. We're doing songs every 15 minutes instead of every half hour because I'm still playing 4 songs, but I'm ending at 7 o'clock. So, because John's not here, so I don't have anybody to bounce shit off of besides you guys. And I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Really do. I don't have John here. And hockey's on, and you guys can fend for yourself. No, see, here's the thing. I've been doing this show for like just over 10 years. I've been waiting for the shit that I'm watching at 7 o'clock for 18 fucking years. So y'all can fend for yourself after this show is over. We'll see you next week. We'll be here for 2 hours probably because 1, there's no game. 2, John should be here. When is the gaming stream? So I was going to do one for WWE Champions. And then I just never bothered because like I guess we're not sponsored by them right now. So I guess I could say I was not like that game did not keep my interest. So it's like, okay, like, I don't even know how the fuck to level up. Every other match, it's like, oh, your characters need to rest. Like, fuck off. No, Maximo, you can go fend for yourself. I have hockey to watch. But yeah, we got a good song coming up to end the show today. I mean, I would really like to like sit here and do a whole like 10 minutes in between songs so that way the merch thing pops up again. But hit that QR code over there. Merch.thinksojoe.com from now until the end of next week's show. Next week, maybe. I don't think so because, but maybe. But this QR code right here takes you to our merch store. If you go to our merch store from now until 8 p.m. next Wednesday, which is the scheduled end of the show, 20% off all paintings. Free shipping on all the paintings. All the other stuff you got to pay shipping for. There's no discounts on it because I'm already at razor thin profits on those. So, yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Really do. Coming up Saturday night at Milky's. Look, I don't want to shit talk venues, but I'm going to shit talk Milky's because every show I've ever played at Milky's has been the worst show I've ever experienced. And again, I don't want to shit talk Milky's. I don't want to say don't go to this because like Milky's is a good place to see a show, but I will never fucking play there again. They actually emailed me, like I think right before we let Kenny go, and they were like, "Oh, do you guys want to play at Milky's?" And I never responded to the guy because I really was having a hard time trying to figure out how to word the email without saying, I would rather listen to a CD, to a compilation CD titled "The Drunkest Members of the Buffalo Bills Mafia Sings the Isley Brothers' Greatest Hits" on a loop than play fucking Milky's again. But again, that's my experience. Can't speak for everyone. That's just anytime I've played Milky's, it's been a really bad fucking experience. But again, I know that's not everybody's experience. I'm just saying, for me, not a place I would play. It's a place I would go see a show. And this is a good one. We got Milky's Carnival with Captain Tom and the Hooligans, Turf and Turf, Green Schwinn, and La Marimba. I wonder if any of those are a cover band that nobody's telling anybody is a cover band, so that they're just going to take all the fans with them before the last band goes on. Huh. Anyway, this is Captain Tom and the Hooligans. This song is called If I Had $100. By the way, that show is at 9 p.m. on Saturday. And doors at 8:30. Fascinating World of Circus at 9. 21 plus with valid ID. $10 admission. And don't feed the lions. What about Alex Lyon? Our goalie, he needs food. He's a strong boy. Anyway, time to go watch the Sabres. If I had $100, Captain Tom and the Hooligans, right here on All WNY Think So Joe Show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hit that merch code up over there, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, Tom?
If I had $100, I would buy a barrel of whiskey. Drink to the early hours, and everybody'd here get pisky. But I don't have $100, and I don't have a barrel of whiskey. So I'll bag and scorn to the early morn. My darling dear will kiss me. Say a prayer for me, boys, so I'll make it through the night. 'Cause I'm fighting the demons in my head. I don't know if I'll make it through the night, but one day I know I'll wake up dead. And if I had just $20, I would buy a bottle of whiskey.
What kind of bottle are you buying for $20?
Wild turkey. Drink to the early morning hours, and I alone would get pisky. But I don't have $20, and I don't have a bottle of whiskey. So I'll bag and scorn to the early morn. My darling dear will kiss me. Say a prayer for me, boys, so I'll make it through the night. 'Cause I'm fighting the demons in my head. I don't know if I'll make it through the night, but one day I know I'll wake up dead. Oh Now, if I had just $3, I would buy a shot of whiskey.
Where are you buying a shot of whiskey from for $3?
The GBP, of course.
Oh, of course.
I'd sip it to the early morning hours, and I'd wish that I was pisky. But I don't have $3. And I don't have a shot of whiskey. Now, if I just had some friends, I would ask for a sip of whiskey.
You should look at the time.
I'd beg till evening ends and wish that I was pisky. But I don't have any friends.
I'm just here for the free PBR.
And I don't have any whiskey.
Didn't have any of my Bushmilk.
So I'll beg and scorn to the early morn, my darling dear will kiss me. Say a prayer for me, boy, so I'll make it through the night. Yes, I'm fighting the demons in my head. I don't know if I'll make it through the night, but one day I know I'll wake up dead. All right! Cha-cha-cha.